Star vs. the Forces of Evil is the property of Disney, Darren Nefsey, and all respective owners. Any and all images have been used for the sole purpose of critique or parody and as such are protected under fair use. Please support the official release.
Hey, how are you? I'm Sliceville Otaku, and it's time for the review of the episode Face the Music. This episode surely raised the stakes, setting the stage for what's to come. We open up with Queen Moon having her princess song being played for Star, and this song is super fake. It's this image of perfection that the humans attempt to push onto their citizens at all times. I mean, this is the same brand of nonsense fed to them as the story of Munipendence Day. But this princess song tradition dates back centuries. It exists so that the citizens of Muni can get to know their future queen. And Star flat out hates this tradition. She doesn't want to be perceived as this perfect princess because that's not what she is. She's a flawed human being and believes that her subjects should know this. But the songstrel will be on his way to Earth in no time, so there's no point in arguing this. And we actually get to see Moon take off her queenly attire, and man, she's not as thick as I thought she was. I mean, the physics of that dress is just, it's magic, definitely magic. But we do get to see Moon with her hair down and she is super pretty. We need to see more of that. Please strip yourself of the status more often and be real. And Moon is actually embarking on a little adventure on her own, and she doesn't want to bring any guards or anything like that because she wants to keep it as low-key as possible. She doesn't want anybody to know. There are just so many secrets being withheld by the royal family, it's crazy. We then jump back to Star and the songstrel has arrived. But Star completely curves this man. She avoids him to the utmost. We then jump back to Queen Moon and she reaches this little beat up, rundown home. And the person who answers the door is none other than Ludo's father, Lord Bruto. Lord Bruto has both a crown and knows Queen Moon on a personal level. So Ludo is royalty. He is monster royalty, and that just gave him so many more points in my book. We also get to see Ludo's mother, and once again they all act very strangely. Everybody in Ludo's family that we've seen thus far are very quirky. Queen Moon explains that one of their sons has stolen a book that is very important to her family, and Ludo's mother proceeds to list off names of her children to see which one actually did it. There's Crudo, Yudo, Menudo, Dudo, Kudo, Mudo, Tudo, Fudo, Zudo, and Dennis. Dennis, okay. And we actually get some backstory as to how Ludo was in the position that he was in season 1. Apparently, he took over their castle and changed the locks when they were on vacation. Bro, like, this is so serious, but not at all. I don't even know how to feel about this. But yeah, we already knew that they had a lot of kids, around like 48 if I remember correctly. And Ludo was actually the runt. He was the smallest of his litter. He was so small compared to them all that he barely fit into the family portrait. Because of his size, they decided to be extra hard on him to toughen him up. And this information really helps flesh out Ludo's character. We know him a lot better now because we understand his background and where he is now. And man, it makes you think. Ludo decided to take charge of his own life. He took over the castle, he formed his own army, and look what happened. Toffee came through and took his forces from him. And when Toffee made Star use the whisper spell, he destroyed their castle. This was Ludo's greatest achievement. He took charge of his own life, and this was all stolen from him, so it's no wonder why he's gone down this path of just self-destruction at this point. He lost everything he ever fought for, and on top of all of that, his family considers him a disappointment. They are ashamed by his existence. And I would really like this relationship to be changed in the future. But yeah, Queen Moon says that you can't always control the path your children choose to take. And I think that that is her reflecting on Star, that she can't fully control Star because she is her own person. She will be her own queen. Let her do her own thing. When we get back to the songstrel, he is singing a song for Marco, and man, one of the lines he says is, "If I don't write this, I'll surely be killed," and then he's cut off. Like, damn, is that really how we do it in Muni? If you don't get the song done, we kill you? Man. So at this point, the songstrel is just begging Star to work with him, to allow him to do his job, and she's still adamant, she's not doing it. But Marco tells her to do it and they hug. and the songstrel is watching. He is watching fiercely at this hug, and it comes into play later on. Meanwhile, Dennis is stalking Queen Moon in the forest, and Dennis looks like a menace at first, but is a really sweet kid who just wants the best for his big brother, who isn't well. He actually flies Queen Moon over to Ludo's new base, and we can see Ludo using the wand as a ladle. And when Moon notices that this crystal from her family's heirloom is embedded in Ludo's wand, she flips. She's like, we have to retreat, we have to go back. Star is pretty much roasting the songstrel, telling him that he is a hack, that she's not gonna do it, that these songs are lame, that he's lame, and he's insulted. He's a free spirit, he's not about that. He was gonna do something crazy, something different, and she didn't even give him a chance. She didn't even entertain the possibility that he could be different. And in many cases, that's how Star is with monsters. We quickly get back to Dennis asking Queen Moon if she can help Ludo, and she agrees to do what she can. I want to see more from Dennis. I want to see Dennis and Ludo reunited, because Dennis is for sure a good kid, and for him to know exactly where Ludo is means that he's been watching his big brother. He's been worried about him, and I assume that they have a close relationship. I'd like for Ludo to be happy outside of these materialistic things. And the songstrel is stressed out. He is upset, he's losing his mind, but then Star comes through agreeing to work with him. But at the same time, Moon is suiting up. She's ready for that action. She is about to fold Ludo all by her lonesome. But then River pops in and reminds her that it is song day. That's how ready Queen Moon was. She didn't even remember a national holiday. And then we finally get to the performance, and the song begins typically, you know, that typical princess stuff. Everybody's pleased, they're happy, they're content, but then it becomes more Star-like. And, you know, it's different, everyone realizes that it's different, but they get used to it, they like it, because Star is a likable person. But then comes the intensity, the darkness. We see green, and you know what green represents by now. And she demonizes Ludo. Ludo is presented to be this big bad threat who's just trying to rob her, who's always in the shadows, lurking behind, trying to just take something from her. And she does not know Ludo. We know Ludo at this point, but she does not know Ludo. And maybe her intention was to tell the truth, but this truth is very biased and comes across as propaganda. This just feeds into the whole fear of monsters. Monsters are straight up evil trope. And then comes what I believe to be the best part of this entire performance in terms of music and contents, the shaming of the royal family. Man, when that man hit that note, woo, he killed it. But now the people of Muni know that Glosric is gone, and they begin to panic. Like, really, listen to this song, it is so good. I thought Love Sentence had something going. This guy is a beast.
We will keep your silence for you from the citizens of Muni and the High Commission too.
We will keep your silence for you from the citizens of Muni and the High Commission too. This gave me goosebumps. And man, everybody is freaking out, including Queen Moon, because not only do all of the citizens of Muni know the truth, the magical High Commission does too. And the next part of the song was not planned out by Star. It's about Star having a crush on Marco. And this seems to stem from Rubariat seeing that hug between them. Rubariat definitely got his revenge for that rose. Star thought it was sweet, he got you back. And because the people of Muni are so infuriated, the royal family has to fall back. And Queen Moon explains to Star that people don't want the truth. Ignorance is bliss, and man, that's the truth. And man, I love Hekapoo. She lays into Moon. She is heated that Moon would keep something this huge a secret. And really, Romulus is a punk because he knew too, but didn't confess. And while this argument is going on, Marco moves to Star and tries to talk to her. And she tells him to hold that thought and runs away. Bro, when I saw her go on Cloudy and just leave, I was like, what? You can't do that. How do you just do that? Man, Star is a next level savage. This episode was great and had a lot going on, so let me know what your favorite moment was. Me personally, I'm sort of torn between the meeting of Ludo's family and the shaming of Star's family. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and be sure to share this video with anyone you would write a song for. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.